What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tampa, Florida. On today's video, we are going to be showing you some of the real neighborhoods and the real streets of Tampa. We're also going to be showing you some nice neighborhoods and a little bit of the culture, so you'll get to see the real Tampa on today's video. I'm sorry, but am I wrong for assuming that if you have an F-350, you shouldn't be at a Starbucks line? Those are two completely different lifestyles.
Light ice?
Yeah, and whipped cream on top and bottom. We'll also have brown sugar shaken espresso.
On a prison farm in Florida, close to the Florida line. Yeah, sure. Thank you. At our Starbucks for a moment. What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Southern Life. And on today's video, we're going to be driving through the streets of Tampa, exploring both good and bad neighborhoods to get a feel for the city. Right now we are on a cobblestone street. That's why the road is bouncing all over the place. And we're going to explore the city of Tampa and some neighborhoods that are kind of pretty, like this one. You can see here some brand new buildings, but it's not all gravy. It's not all good and pretty here. There are some rough spots here in this part of Tampa. Now we're near Seminole Heights, a neighborhood here in Tampa. You can see a big thank you mural for supporting their business. There's a public notice on this fence. Here's an avocado tree with avocados on it. That's not wow. That's very impressive that this far north you'll find an avocado tree with actual avocados on it. Here's what your typical house in Tampa, Florida looks like. Kind of an older, maybe bungalow with some craftsman touches here and there. Oh, they're beautiful. This particular neighborhood here, you're looking at some beautiful older houses, front porches. This is kind of what a typical Tampa neighborhood would look like. More beautiful bungalows, front porches. Look at this one, baby, right here.
Oh, gosh.
Kind of a beautiful front porch. Is this truck still following me around?
When we were first together, we'd always talked about how we wanted to move up to Tampa into one of these houses that have so much character. These older craftsman style houses, bungalows, so cute.
Yeah, they're cute neighborhoods, that's for sure. Look at this one right here with that palm tree behind it.
Yeah.
I love the historical nature of some of these neighborhoods. Bad looking neighborhoods, that's for sure. Good looking houses.
I always wanted to have my morning coffee on my porch.
Look at that. Beautiful green grass. I think the grass is fake on this one. These are definitely some nice looking neighborhoods here. I love the style of the houses. Look at this little bungalow right here. They're all cute.
Yeah.
They're all cute little neighborhoods. Notice how some houses have sidewalks, but some don't. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, some of them have a sidewalk, some of them don't. This is like a converted Cape Cod, maybe, like where they've done some upgrades to it.
Love the oak trees. These big shade trees.
Yep, but that is right there, your typical Tampa home. Beautiful, historic. This one's been renovated right here. Cactus trees. I've seen a lot of for rent signs in this neighborhood, which is kind of strange for Florida lately. But there are a lot more rental properties in the market. And it is, in a lot of ways, an inner city neighborhood. It's got a lot of character. Look at all those Porsches. So in today's video, what I really want to do is give you guys a feel for the real Tampa. You know, what Tampa is really about, the food, the neighborhoods, and just like the style of the houses and just the vibe of the city, like the essence of the city, really. You know, but one of my favorite things about Tampa has always been the architecture of the neighborhoods, which, you know, Tampa's an older city in Florida, and Florida doesn't have a lot of older cities down the middle neighborhoods, you know, like average, normal, like down the middle neighborhood. This isn't like the worst, this isn't like the best, it's just like down the middle. You can see this one looks like it's for sale right here. Gorgeous front porch. They do have a sign that says cameras on it in the front. It's never a good sign when you have a camera sign. Look at this little one, baby, with the pink trim on the top. What do you think? Cute.
So cute.
Definitely cute. And then this one's like a little Cape Cod. I love how people will put like a flag in front of their house to let you know where they're from. Either they're Michigan or wherever. We did look at that. Another avocado tree. Look.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's another avocado tree, and it's totally loaded with avocados.
Yeah.
Beautiful home. This one's been renovated with some kind of more modern landscaping as well. Love it. Look at the garage. How they did the garage.
That's beautiful.
With the shingles. Yeah, it's a pretty. I think that when we were younger, we could have moved to Tampa and got a house for $80,000, $90,000, $110,000. Now those houses are worth a few $100,000. These Tampa neighborhoods really weren't that expensive many years ago. I'm talking 2012. They weren't expensive neighborhoods, but today they've definitely become more expensive and attractive neighborhoods. And the prices that some of these homes are fetching is just ridiculous. But, you know, opportunity and timing is everything. And I think in a lot of ways, me and Katie, we're on the, if you're our age, millennials, I think we've got kind of the worst of everything. When we turned 18, there was a recession. I think for people our age, we've really got the worst of everything when it comes to timing in the market. They have a large staghorn, and staghorns, they really like the shade. I'm surprised it's still alive out in the open sun like that. I've always been fond of neighborhoods like this. Both for sale and for rent signs are becoming a common sight in Tampa. And, you know, for rent signs, impossible to find in Tampa several months ago. But, you know, the economy and the climate is changing here in Florida. New laws and new changes in the state. And now you're seeing a lot more for rent signs. A lot of people left the state of Florida because of SB 1718, and that left behind a lot of properties that are now on the market. And, you know, I think like my rental company offered me, we just renewed our lease, and my rental company just offered me $1,000 incentive. Basically, they're not going to lower my rent, but they offered me $1,000 just so that I could stay where we are and not move out, you know, and don't move out incentive. I love what do you think about those rocks over there?
I think it's a beautiful touch.
Beautiful touch.
Well.
Yeah, it has like a natural look to it. You're definitely right on that. Very natural. Butterfly. You got the shop here that works on nothing but Porsches. I am a fan of Porsches, 928s. Look at all this, 911s. Unbelievable. Absolutely one of my favorite cars, Porsches. So I love to see that many Porsches. Just look way off in the distance. You can see the skyline from here. This is the type of little businesses you see here in
Want to get a water?
I'll spend my money somewhere else. She didn't want to be on camera, but I wasn't even recording her. I had the camera off.
Yeah.
That's kind of rude. But I wasn't even recording her. When I pulled up, I turned off the camera. I had the camera off when I pulled up. And, you know, I had the camera off when I pulled up to the little store. I wasn't recording when I pulled up, you know, on the far outside I was recording. I had the camera off when I pulled up, but I have my suction cup mount, my camera, my microphone. I'm not going to disassemble this whole setup just to, I told her I'm not recording, but she's still freaked out about it. Well, you know what? I'll spend my money somewhere else. I just wanted to buy a water. Like, yeah, did she have a warrant or something? Why freak out about a camera? Especially after I told her it was off. Kind of a neat little older house here. In fact, I remember a while back when I had the fishing channel, I did a video on the Tampa Skyway Bridge, which it's like a place you pay money and you go fishing. So it's a place you would expect people to record because it's a recreational area. And the girl that was at the toll booth, we got her on camera because, you know, we're showing how we're going to pay the toll to go to this fishing pier. And she flipped out. She went on social media, and then she had like a gang of people behind her angry that we recorded us going fishing and paying the toll. And it was so unwarranted in so many ways. This girl totally flipped out about us recording her and putting it on YouTube and she had a gang of people behind her. I mean, a gang of people. That's not the neatest house you've ever seen.
Yeah.
You see it? It's like round. You see this house on my side?
Yeah, it's cool.
That's cool. But she had a gang of people behind her. A whole gang of angry, anti-camera Tampa people. Yeah, it was downright one of the weirdest things I ever had happen to me on YouTube since I started YouTubing. And we also did one time, we did a video in St. Petersburg with a similar type of scenario where people were just angry that we were recording, and I don't get it. I mean, almost about every house has a camera nowadays. Every car, if you could face the main street, you have little car dealerships and businesses like that. Look at how many cameras there are here. There's 3 cameras. 4 cameras. Look at that. That corner store has 4 cameras in one spot. That's how you know you're in a good neighborhood right there. If you need 4 cameras in one little spot.
No, you going.
You going. I can't open my door with all this mounted side camera views and stuff. Traffic's kind of at a standstill right about now here on Sly and Central. House of Meat over there. Traffic's at a standstill. We got a green light, but there we go. We gotta start moving now. Here we go. La Casa de las Carnes, the House of Meat. I like how they have it in both languages. Vendemos carne, and they have carne on display. What's that young lady waiting for out there, huh? She waiting for a bus? Alright guys, so now we're rolling down Nebraska. Lots of motels, check cashing places. Kind of affordable motels, quick stops, corner stores, smoke shops. You know, there's just a collection of specific neighborhood businesses here. Kind of, oh, got that squat down there. Tampa, 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 Tampa. And then this time of day, traffic just kind of comes to a standstill in Tampa. It's 3:40, so it gets pretty bad. Pretty much just comes to a standstill, and horn honking standstill down here. I tell you what, you got people out there with that damn Lincoln green paint down there. I tell you what, you just run down there to Tampa or something. I tell you what, we're at Tampa area right here off Nebraska down here, Nebraska, and they keeps it trill out here, man. They really did. They keeps it trill out here. You hear me, Wody? That guy's got the Alabama roll tide and the Auburn flag on the front. There's a lot of people from Alabama moving up here. I don't blame them. I don't blame them for leaving. It's 100 degrees outside, by the way, if you're wondering why there's nobody out and about. I don't blame them for leaving Alabama. Got that Bama, Bama, Bama. Bama, Bama, Bam. He's got that Bama, 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 Bam. Got that Bama, 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 Bam. He's got that Bama. Are they selling towels at a gas station?
Jerseys.
Jerseys, okay. Well, then you were used.
I can't tell.
I'd probably got bed bugs either way on the water desperately. Got that Bama, Bama, Bam. Got that Bama, Bama, Bama.
Ooh, squatted.
Got that quad down there, I tell you what. It's 100 degrees out here. Who the crap would want to be walking around? Motel, the motel, the motel. Little hangout spot over here. Alright, there's a lot going on here. I'm just going to keep moving. I'm just going to keep it moving. There's like too many people hanging out in front of that gas station. Kind of a rough looking neighborhood here. In the hood, dog, Tampa Bay, take me home. So this is a little bit more rundown neighborhood than where we were at earlier. Big old front porch on there. We're on 10th and 26. And even though it's quite hot, there's a lot of people hanging up at that corner store. I don't want to drive by with the camera and find out what they're going to think about it, but it's on the other side of the road. Kind of a run-down house here. So, again, like this little neighborhood here, it still has a lot of character. It's just a little bit more run down. Like that house has plywood on the windows and stuff like that, and then could be a beautiful house if somebody wanted to restore it. So there's a lot of neighborhoods like this in Tampa where, you know, if you look carefully, it's a beautiful neighborhood. You know, the bones of the neighborhood are beautiful. But like this house also has, plywood on the windows, and it's got maybe an eviction notice on the window. It's got a green sticker, and this one does too. Here, look. This one also has a green sticker. Probably for, you know, not mowing the lawn. The county is giving them citations for having unsightly properties. So in theory, this is a beautiful neighborhood, but there's a lot of properties that the counties come by and slapped maybe a citation on the window or something, saying, hey man, you got to clean this crap up, you know. There's a little corner store. Little corner store here. It's called the 2K Express. It's a little corner store and kind of a hot neighborhood on a hot day. Might want to get the crap out of here. There's a food store here. Oh, there's a little hangout spot over here. Okay. Alright, it's like a hangout spot here. Oh, you go. You're good. Maybe I can back up a little bit. You make it. There you go. Alright. You good. Alright, cool. We'll get through it here. Dang it. Semi-truck's parked in the way here. Maybe pull over on there. That dang semi-truck is just in the way here. I don't know if I can make it. I'm going to have to wait for that semi-truck to pull out regardless. That semi-truck is just in the way. See if we can pull back a little bit here and get this truck going. You know, she's like, oh, you gonna make me go cool, alright. Hey man, you gotta get that green light down there. You gotta go with it. Nobody said nothing. It's too hot to fight. I'm glad they didn't realize or complain about my camera too much. It's a crappy little intersection there. Somebody's just randomly walking on the road over here. He's not afraid of getting ran over. It's incredible how many people are out and about considering how freaking hot it is. Our thermostat's pushing 100. And you'd think with temperatures like that, you wouldn't be walking around in the hood, though, but you know what it is. Nice murals here. Grandma showing hood. Nice little places to get water. She hasn't been on board with getting out. And it's got a baseball bat right there. Okay, they're playing baseball there. It's nice for people to play baseball and get out and do family activities. You know, it's just the type of get out and play some baseball or something in broad daylight. It's a hot day for a baseball game. That's the only thing I figured down there. I figure it's just a hot day to be out there. I would say it'd be kind of hot to be out there playing baseball today. Here's one mural that I've always liked in Tampa. One of the nicest murals in Tampa. I think it's kind of cute for some reason. But it's kind of a nice mural. Something different. That's what's up right there. Hello, sir. Just doing what I can. And old building down there. I tell you what, you just go across that intersection down there and fly right through it, really. We'll see what it's about down there. You got Tampa down there. You can see they're building some new houses here in this particular neighborhood. On no trespassing signs on empty lots. I mean, so there's a lady on a wheelchair, and I offer people that are homeless. I pay them for interviews, and I pay them more for the interview than I'll ever make for the interview. So it's not a way of making me money. It's a way of helping them that are on the street. But I pulled over just to ask her. She was very rude. She's like, "Were you recording me?" I was like, "No, the camera was off. I'm just driving by the neighborhood." She's like, just rude. I'm like, "Are you afraid of cameras?" She's like, "Depends." I'm like, "What if I pay you?" She's like, "I'm not interested," or so she was like something really rude. And then she left. Very hostile. Tampa and St. Pete have been a hostile place to record, I'll tell you. Very nasty and very rude. Most homeless people, I pay them for the interview. And I asked them, like, I told them what I pay, which is like $20 for a short interview. So far, I think none of the interviews that I've done have actually generated actual money for me. You can say, oh, I'm not supposed to turn in here, but it's nowhere to really turn around here. These are the old projects. These are, they're supposed to be knocking them down. I can't believe they're still around. They're supposed to, there's the Salem's right there. And there's something about the side, I hope those are somebody's car exhaust, because that sounds horrendous. Doesn't it sound horrendous? Mm-hmm. Oof. Ugh, just makes me sick to the stomach to even hear that. Ugh. It's just a way of giving back to the community. So far, all the homeless interviews that I've done, I don't think any of them I've made back what I've paid the person. I've done like, I don't know, 15, 20 interviews with homeless people. I don't think a single one of them I've made back what I've paid people. So it's really just a way of giving back to the community. I think they were supposed to do, what are they doing, construction or something? It's just a way of giving back. It's not exactly that I'm making a killing off them. I'm actually losing money on it. Losing money in time. So whatever. Most homeless people are pretty cool, but it depends on the area. Are you sure?
Yeah, it did get hot.
Oh crap. Here's the original Columbia restaurant, one of the most, if not the most famous restaurant in all of Tampa. And I can see they have most of the main strip closed down today. I'm not sure why. Do you remember that neighborhood has like really good Cuban and Mexican restaurants? I'm not really hungry. I could go for like a Cuban sandwich at most, you know? I'm not like starving right now.
Yeah, the place is closed.
The Cuban place is closed?
Mm-hmm.
While you're in Tampa, you want to try either Cuban food or Colombian food. It's two things I would go for. You know, I've yet to find a really good Cuban restaurant in Tampa, to be honest, which is weird. You'd expect Tampa to have good. There's a lot of numbers. Number by number, there's a lot, but by quality, to be honest, I still haven't found, you know, that incredible Cuban restaurant in Tampa. A Cuban sandwich, I go for People's, but they're already closed today. Poppy's. They're close?
Yeah, it's called
Poppy's, not People's. Poppy People, what's the difference, you know? Same thing. There's just a porta potty and empty lot here, okay. But, anyways, if you're in Tampa, Cuban or Colombian, and for the most part, I would almost say, you know, Tampa Cuban sandwiches are a popular thing. But with the Cuban sandwich, you also got to consider that it's not really a Cuban thing, it's a Tampa thing. That's what a lot of people don't understand. They think that it's on Cuban bread, and it's probably why it's called a Cuban sandwich, because it's on Cuban bread. But it's really more of a Tampa thing than a Cuban thing. A lot of empty lots here for those of you looking to buy a piece of land and build your Florida dream home here in Tampa. A lot of empty lots and that plywood down there. Plywood on the windows. That's usually a good sign. So I've seen a lot of these green notices on the windows. Now, I don't know if that's like an eviction notice or no trespassing, but if you live in Tampa, you know what the green stickers are. Hit me up in the comments and let me know what they're about. But it's interesting, however, that they really are building new houses in this neighborhood, even though the houses that were already here don't look like they've been kept all that well. It's interesting how the houses that are here are just kind of falling apart, but then on the same block they're building a new house. I can smell there's a homeless camp around here. It smells awfully horrible around here. It just smells like human waste and garbage and sweaty t-shirts. Must be homeless people living somewhere around here. You can smell it, actually. I can't see it, but I can smell it. What's it called?
Brocado Sandwich Shop.
What are they rated?
4.3.
That's it?
Why are you recording this?
Because I'm recording. I'm doing a video. What's up with all the green stickers on everything? I don't know what the green stickers are about. The dude's hanging out here in the corner. That's always good. They're building a lot in this neighborhood. There's a lot of new houses going in. Lots of new houses going in. But it's weird when you see a neighborhood where the houses that are already here are decrepit and they're building new houses. It's like the first houses that were here didn't work out too well, so why would you keep adding to it? The first house didn't work too well, so why keep adding houses to the area? The first ones didn't do all that well. Well, it's nice that they didn't mind our cameras too much. They didn't say anything about our cameras. Boozy. Got that booze, man. Metal bars on the windows. There's a lot of hurricane and tornado combined damage. Most stuff on Ybor City is like touristy. I'm not a tourist, dude. Like, I want to get something in a real neighborhood, like somebody from Tampa would eat. You're trying to set me up into some. I'm not gonna eat right off of Ybor. Most of Ybor City's closed right now. It's like a ghost town right now.
It's not in Ybor City. It's by Dixie Farms area.
I don't like the name. Go, woman, if you bought that life, swing. If you really bought that life, go ahead and swing, woman. Corner store hangout spot.
There's a Havana 86 where we've ate before.
I don't ever recall eating at a good Cuban restaurant in Tampa.
Yeah.
Which is weird because you think with all the Cubans that live here, they would have good Cuban restaurants, but they don't.
Yeah.
It's weird.
They have good Colombian restaurant.
They have better Colombian, that's for sure.
Let's just get some Colombian.
Armenian? I love how this truck is agitated by my driving speed. However, the passing lanes are open and available. Yeah, there he goes. Yeah, if you're agitated by my driving, you can always just pass me if there's a lane available. If there's lanes available, you can usually go on those. So there's a cemetery in downtown Tampa that I want to go to.
Ooh, this is the place.
I've never seen these row houses here.
It's a half hour away.
That looks like New Orleans. Half an hour away?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a cemetery right by downtown.
What's in town and country?
Look at these row houses here.
Do you want to go to our town and country?
That's where all the Cuban stuff is. That's better.
Yeah.
Check out these row houses. A bunch of row houses here. Duplex row houses. Put some of these on Lehigh, huh? And yes, there's a lot of cigar shops here in Tampa. They're definitely known for that. Can I take it right here real quick?
No.
I'm gonna take it regardless. I don't care what you think. Mexican kitchen. Nice little Mexican taco store here. It's pretty cool. All the architecture of these buildings here. This is what like an older neighborhood in Tampa would look like. Bungalows, cigar shops that are kind of out of business, and of course, no trespassing signs, smile you're on camera signs. part of Tampa kind of reminds me of New Orleans, and a lot of the architecture in New Orleans that a lot of people assume is French is actually Spanish. So that's one thing people misunderstand about New Orleans is New Orleans is known for a lot of their French Louisiana, but there's actually quite a bit of Spanish influence, especially in the architecture in New Orleans. And a lot of people, they don't really understand that a lot of the attributes of New Orleans that a lot of people consider to be French are actually Spanish, since there is kind of a big Spanish influence in New Orleans, but everybody just assumes that it's all French. A lot of architecture, a lot of really interesting looking neighborhoods. One thing to be run down completely, and it's another thing that's just be inhabited and not taken care of. And it's not that it's run down like Birmingham, Alabama, where it's all gone, but it's definitely not cared for in the best of manners. And that's odd because there's new construction going in. Yes, there's a lot of chickens here as well. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
That cracker's got a camera. Call me a cracker again. Oh, man. See, that's what I don't like. You know, that Florida vocabulary needs to cut that out of the vocabulary. For one, I'm Cuban. But I'm with Katie, so I can see how the confusion could take place. I guess if you walk like a duck and quack like a duck, you might be one. But, yeah, nothing like hearing that cracker's got a camera while you're driving through a city. That's always welcoming. But, I was driving out, that cracker's got a camera. That ain't right. And what if it was the other way around? Wouldn't you consider that offensive if it was the other way around? You would be really offended if it was the other way around, you know? But why is it okay? And again, I'm not offended by it because I'm not white, but I can definitely see how a white person can get offended by somebody screaming, cracker's got a camera, you know? Yeah, I can see how somebody can get offended by that.
I wasn't offended by it.
I thought it was hilarious, actually. To be honest, I thought that was hilarious. I found it comical, but and that's the other thing. You know, you have the option to laugh at it, or you have the option to get offended. I'm not getting offended by it. I think it's hilarious. Why is it okay for him to say that to me, but not okay for me to say something to him of the same nature? Double standard. I don't think anybody should say. But if somebody does say something like that to you, don't get offended. Don't make a big deal out of it. Laugh. You know, I live in Lakewood Ranch. Well, you know what? I don't know if I can make that transition to
turn right at the light.
That motel over there looks like crap. One thing that I don't like about East Tampa is that it's kind of unsightly on East Tampa. It's a lot of roads leading in all different directions. Very badly planned. This guy just blew a red light? Almost? Wow, okay. It's hot out there right now to be panhandling. Yeah. It really is. Man, you know, this heat to be walking around and panhandling.
She got her dog.
Tough, man. It's hot out here. There's a lot of homeless people.
Yeah, you got some edge.
I remember this neighborhood. We did videos here one time. Okay, so we're going to eat here at Brocado's. Open since 1948. Let's get some Tampa sandwiches. Tampa's really famous for their sandwiches, so let's see what it's about. This is a Tampa Cuban right here. That's a huge sandwich. Look at the size of these sandwiches, y'all. There's so much to explore, like mind-blowing facts. I'm gonna say that has to be some of the best Cuban I've had so far in Tampa. So if you're in Tampa, I definitely recommend it. I'm dead serious. That was good. Katie, was it good? Katie says it's good. Definitely recommend it. So if you're in Tampa and you want to try an authentic, and I've had a lot of Cuban sandwiches in Tampa. Pretty good.
Can we put this in the back seat?
Yeah. Great time here in Tampa today. And always a fun city to come to. Photo enforced if you blow this red light though. Look at all those cameras. Alright guys, so we're in Brandon. It's just like a suburb of Tampa over here. We're in Brandon right now. This is kind of like a Tampa suburb. There's a little mall over here. I found this abandoned building that looks pretty cool. This is what a mall here in the Tampa area looks like. It is a weekday, so it's fairly empty. So one of the benefits of staying in the Tampa area will be, you know, being able to enjoy a lot of the mall shopping, restaurants. Mall cops. Mall cops. Mall cops. So Katie got some shopping that she needed done here at the mall. Yep.